Eychimo's Adventures is now live. Multi-streaming with
Yeah. Contacts. Damn it. Duh. Say duh. How about we turn on voice attack? How about we turn on voice attack? Somewhere in here I have voice attack. Ba ba ba. Startup.
Acknowledged.
Alright. Now we're in. I'll do things properly. That's all there is to it. Contacts.
Broadcasting now.
Let's see what we got here. Not on the same server, so it's not going to work. Oh, I can see this still doesn't work. Yeah. Just doesn't work. Close mobile glass.
Closing mobiGlass. Complying.
Let's see what we get in options here. Yeah, see, here we go right here. Default is hooked up, but yet it's not working. Don't want no VoIP. But now it's going to try and work. See, it has nothing here. Typical Star Citizen. See, it just doesn't even recognize my microphone. So that's why it doesn't work in the game. Just pretty sad. Yep, that's the way it is. Oh. Just not very good at jumping downstairs. That's all there is to it. Okay, I was going to do a little mining, but I think I'll do a little delivery mission here and look for a little trouble. See what we got here. Mobile glass.
Open mobiGlass.
We'll see what we got delivery. There may not be a whole lot. Let's see. No, I'm not going to. Let's go Red Wing here. 61 on Walla to CRUL5. Okay, let's give it a whirl. Close mobile glass.
Closing mobileglass.
Up, 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 up. And we're going to take the courier. And it should be refueled. All that happy bullshit should be. And on 2. Okay. Up, up, up. On 2. Hot. Frame rates are a lot better today than they were yesterday. Say we should be refueled, and we should have bullets back because I used them all yesterday. But I did think I restocked. We'll find out here. Center head tracking. Whoa, way off. There we go. Startup.
Acknowledged.
Mobile glass.
Aegis combat assist activated.
Open mobileglass.
Systems green.
Okay, we do need a repair for whatever reason.
Shields pop.
Okay, we should be full of everything. Takeoff.
Launch
Ascending.
complete.
Retracting modules. Handing you the com.
So far looking good.
Landing gear retracted.
Now we should be too far to be able to pick this up. Range.
Collecting data.
We'll see if we can, but I imagine we gotta use star map. Star map.
Activating now.
I figured we would. Come on, back out. Jesus, way off here to the side. Come on. Why aren't you moving? There you go. Okay, this is a long run. We want to go to wall. Let's see. Close star map.
Affirmative.
Change view.
Roger that.
Jump.
Jumping.
You have mentioned you have played Elite Dangerous, yet I haven't seen you stream it yet.
No, I have not streamed Elite Dangerous yet. You're absolutely right. I have never streamed it. Yep, that is, I have never streamed it. I haven't played it enough that I really know anything about what I'm doing. I have it. I play with it once in a while, but I haven't really got into it a whole lot. I mean, I think it's gorgeous. I really do like it in VR. But, nope, I have not streamed it. I will probably get around to it eventually. See how long this is going to take us. All the way out to Walla, 2 jumps. Change view.
Roger that.
This is supposed to be a risky run. Delivery is why I took it. Just figured we'll see if we can find some trouble. Be my luck, we'll do the whole run and we'll never get jumped. You never do get jumped when you ask for it. Being as they did speed up the QT, at least the time in actual QT, this oughtn't take too long to get there. Although it is 40 million kilometers. Pretty good distance. Pretty good distance. Damn, I forgot to.
Why do you always use the Avenger?
Uh, because it's so versatile. Uh, I have a Hornet in a stable, although it's a loner, but I don't hardly ever use it because you can't do nothing with it except dogfight. And I really don't, and I don't do a whole lot of trading, cargo, commodities. So the Dur is just not much of a dogfighting ship when you get in trouble. I mean, if I gets an NPC, it's just fine, of course, but I'm not gonna spend all that money to fill up the cargo hold and take a risk of losing it all. I do not have a big stable. Only ships I have bought are this Renegade, Prospector, and the Freelancer Dur. They just can't convince me to buy more ships until I see what the game's actually going to flesh out like. And I do not have anything else except this one. And I guess technically I could actually carry cargo boxes in the Prospector, but it's a little slow. And the Dur is definitely, Freelancer is definitely faster on longer jumps. Make no mistake about that. But this is just a fun little versatile ship that I can, if I want to pick up cargo, I can. If I want to do delivery, I can. If I want to do combat, I can. Once we start getting persistent, I'll start buying ships in game. I just hate to work all that hard to buy ships that I might want to play with a little bit for them to disappear on the next patch. And one can rent ships. I haven't bothered, but you can. But the thing about it is, you want to spend 150.
It is always a risk buying a ship with real money due to ships either being unbalanced, unfinished, or bugged.
Yeah, and that's just my Freelancer Dur. If I had to do over again, I wouldn't have bought it. They've changed it enough now that it's not what I bought when I bought it. So, you know, like I say, if I could refund the money on that one, I would. And there's so many cases where that's a fact. They say they tout that this is all versatile, it's modular, it's all this, but it's like this little ship here is supposed to be modular. Was supposed to be modular. You could supposedly do bounties in it. You could change the back end, do this, do that. Well, you can't do that anymore. And like I say, so as far as I'm concerned, they just haven't earned my money. Like I say, the one now I'm happy with the Prospector for what it is so far. They kind of it was never supposed to be a multi-role ship, so they pretty much can't fuck it up yet. But anything else, you're spending $150, $200, and you're not even going to get what you bought. So I just, like I say, they've convinced me not to spend money on them. Right or wrong, and that's just my personal preference. Yeah, that was a very short jump for being that. This is probably one of the longest distances you can go. That didn't take long at all. Normally I'm in quantum travel for 20, 25 minutes. So that's a big improvement. Range.
Collecting data.
Range.
Collecting data.
Jump.
Jumping.
Travel initiated.
Yeah, this little ship I am glad I bought. I mean, it's no better than a regular Titan. I mean, it's got different guns on it and stuff, but they're negligible. Different paint job. That'll be moot whenever they allow you to paint these ships like they do the 300 series. So you can pick your own colors anyway.
The backers are salivating at how much SIG made last year.
Complying.
They seem to forget how much SIG spends, which seems to always outspend what they make.
Complying.
Yes, they do, and the thing about it is, it's because they waste so much money. I mean, come on, that's why they keep going. That's why they've spent all their money already, and they have to have new backers. They think, oh, you made all this money. Well, you know, most of the money they spent is bloat and waste. It's from what I can see. I mean, I'm sorry, but how do you spend all that money and not have nothing to show for it? They have spent an awful lot of money on this game.
Quantum travel complete.
Range.
Collecting data.
And they're going to take how much more money to finish it? Jump. They don't have the money to finish this game right now.
Travel initiated.
And there's a lot of people like me that won't spend any more money. They haven't kept any of their promises, and I'm not throwing money at them. That's just a bad financial decision as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I really hope they get it complete. But if they're dependent on me for money, then they're not going to make it. You know, them speeding up QT on this patch made these delivery missions a lot more desirable to do.
Did you see the SQ42 teaser?
Yes, I did.
Where was the gameplay?
Yeah, there wasn't
I think
any.
it's fundamental that they show some, considering it's been 2 years since the last
Yeah.
gameplay trailer.
Yeah, there was absolutely none. It's just all made up stuff that they might have used the engine, but so what? They did that. They've been doing that in Star Citizen. You know, they don't have actual gameplay. They just show stuff that you can't do. I wasn't impressed. I mean, visually it looked nice, but they didn't show me nothing. Landing mode.
The landing gear is down.
I would have liked to seen some actual gameplay. But I don't think they have any actual gameplay yet. And that's why it wasn't highlighted. I mean, it did look nice. I mean, but you know what? Trailers always do. When they don't have any gameplay in them, they always look sharp. All right.
Proximity alert deck.
There better be ground under us or we're in trouble.
Landing complete.
Where's this power off button? Keeps
Weapon
disappearing.
systems offline.
They got the animation. That is screwed up there. Ah, frame rates are much better today than they were yesterday. Much better. Like I say, it's, even with they were saying SO server side OCS is running, even still, the server you're on seems to make a big difference. I'll see if I was really a gambler, I could pick up cargo at the same time and try to sell it somewhere, but I'm not that big a gambler.
Do you think Pyro will have cities or large plane tart outposts, or it'll just be an empty rush job to throw out more systems?
You know what? Just like, I think it'll be a rush job. That's becoming pretty much an industry standard anymore, unfortunately. I don't like to say that, but the trouble is all these, including, like Star Citizen, they make all these promises and all these delivery dates, and they never meet them. And it's just not Chris Roberts and company, it's all of them. And so they rush things out. And so they leave stuff out that should be, they promised, or whatever have you. Uh-oh, we can't get in here, can we? We're going to be screwed here. Yep, there we made it. Wonder why that's so high off the ground all of a sudden. It's going to fall through. No, we have a box. Got a graphics glitch there. See the light flashing, or shouldn't do that because of the dust. Okay. Now, it has been my experience that we cannot refill fuel at these places. Now, I don't know if that's changed. Startup.
Acknowledged.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
Let's look and see if we can get landing clearance here. Contacts,
Broadcasting now.
because I will be down on fuel and stuff. It says, yes, can get landing clearance. Let's see what happens here. Close mobile glass.
Closing mobiGlass.
Okay, let's see if we get a marker.
Complete.
I don't see any marker anywhere.
Backers claim the Tony's Urivex dynamic economy and states is a first of its kind.
Complying.
Complete and utter rubbish considering Elite Dangerous has these systems since its launch.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? Here's a case of them talking that, you know what? Now it says I have landing clearance. Oh, couple.
Coupling.
I don't know why this ship likes to uncouple, and I don't know. Now see, I got landing clearance, but I'm not sure that I actually have it. Because I don't see a marker. So,
Proximity alert. Deck.
mobile glass.
Open mobiGlass.
It is going to let me refuel, though. I'll be darned. Now see, you could not do that here. So, let that be a lesson to everybody. The outpost will now refuel you if they got a landing pad.
Hydrogen fuel.
I'll be damned.
100%.
Good deal.
Hydrogen fuel at 100%.
Used to be when you came here you couldn't refuel. I figure when they start, what is it, the next patch, we're supposedly supposed to get, they're going to take time to load and unload our cargo. I figure when that happens, we're going to have to start using the landing pads. Cruise control. And we will be forced to land on them.
Affirmative.
Where now I always just park anywhere. Leave the pads open for other people. Yeah, there's a lot of people, you know what, that claim that, oh, this is the first this. You know what, that's just so much BS. This game, you know what, 8 years ago when it was first envisioned, they might have had some new stuff. Nowadays, they're so far behind, have taken so long that everybody else is caught up. I don't see, you know, just like procedurally generated. You know, that was the thing about Star Citizen. Nobody else has that. How many games now are procedurally generated? It's nothing new anymore. Star map.
Activating now.
Okay, I forgot where I got to deliver this. D2 delivery drop off. CRLU 5. Wow, that's a lot of money there. Out by Levski, it looks like. Near Levski. Close star map.
Affirmative.
Where's my marker? Cruise control.
Affirmative.
Range.
Collecting data.
Jump.
Jumping.
Quantum travel initiated. Landing gear retracted.
Yep, frame rates are definitely a lot better than they were yesterday.
Quantum travel complete.
Don't mean they'll stay that way, but okay, where's my marker? Range.
Collecting data.
Jump.
Jumping.
Change view.
Quantum travel.
Roger that.
Don't know what happened to our planet. There it is. Yeah, some of these far-fetched delivery missions took over an hour to complete. This one's not going to
How's
take.
the VR working?
It's working real good today. Frame rates are, yeah, very good today. Change view.
Roger that.
Yeah, as you can tell by the slipstream, they're way up there. I can actually tell you how high they are here if I can. We're running, the game's running, looks like 49, 50 frames per second.
Man, that must be crazy immersive.
Yeah, headset's running 84 frames a second, but the game is running right at 50 frames per second today. And yesterday, see, it was struggling at 35, 33. So, server does still make a difference. But yeah, it's really sweet today. Yeah, you can tell by the slipstream how well it's actually running. The server you're on still makes a difference. They may have server side OCS working, but it's still not it may be making a difference, but it's still dependent on your server, how good your frame rates are. and I turn ASW off for Star Citizen. I mean, Oculus and Vive tell you to turn it on, but it limits your head. It limits your frame rate to half of what your refresh rate is. So, like right now, it would be limited to 40 frames a second if I had it on, where right now I'm running 50, so the game runs even better. Yeah, there's little tricks you learn when you're running Vorpex that you can do to make things work better. Yeah, we need sunglasses. I think they got them in the game, don't they? I don't think you can put them on under your helmet, but but yeah, it looks sweet today. It's running very good. I really wish chat and stuff wasn't limited to our visor and was actually permanent part of the screen somewhere, like some other games, or when I tilt my head, I can actually directly look at chat versus it's always off to the side. But that's the difference between game being made for VR and, like I said, plus when you turn your head, your visor goes with you. That's where they put the chat, so there's no adjusting it with tracking. But I really don't figure. I don't figure this game will actually be done in 2 years. And I think closer to 5 is probably the truth if they keep working on it. And for them to actually have internal VR support, I think is going to be a lot longer than 5 years. Like I say, they'll be passed by. I think they're getting passed by now, and I mean, the time they get this released, Elite Dangerous is going to have FPS stuff in their own game. So, yeah. And in VR, Elite Dangerous looks awesome. I don't care what they say. There are very few cockpits in this game that look as good as Elite Dangerous. The Hornet looks real good, but this ship doesn't look as good as cockpits in Elite Dangerous. The Prospector looks pretty good, but it's just a big bubble, so it's not really, it's a different type of cockpit. My Freelancer Dur, it looks okay in 3D, but it's so cluttered and messed up that it's not
C.
impressive.
Roberts did say that VR will be added.
Yeah,
back in 2016.
Yeah.
Shortly after a senior produced shutdown that promised, stating that VR requires an engine rewrite.
Yes, they're going to have to, just like any other game that has added VR, Skyrim comes as example, Fallout 4. See, they had to rewrite those engines to do VR. And Star Citizen ain't going to be any difference, being they didn't make it from the ground up.
Elite Dangerous has nothing on this game on the whole, though, to be fair.
Well, no, it doesn't. It's just that you can play it now. I mean, but they... no, if this game ever gets released, it will be awesome if it ever does get finished. Make no mistake, with everything that they want to put in it, the trouble is they keep changing what they're doing in the middle of production, and it just keeps setting them back farther and farther back. They're opening up too many candy bars. They're not finishing one. That's why it takes so long. Chris Roberts is like a kid in a candy door. Anytime anything new comes along, he wants to add it. Well, you know, you can add it after the game's finished. Let's get a game and then just keep increasing it. You know, that's what Elite Dangerous did. They made a game and then they keep adding to it. That's what most games that have been around a long time do. They make the game and they just keep upgrading it. But see, Chris Roberts, he's trying to upgrade while he's trying to make it, and all that does is increase production time. He made a roadmap, you know what I mean? His Kickstarter, he had a roadmap, and then he didn't follow it. And that's what a lot of backers got pissed off about. Well, you know, you didn't even complete what you said you were going to complete.
Well, they've been very consistent the last year from what I heard, and a lot of content has been put out that has turned the game from a glorified tech demo into an actual game.
Yes, in the last year they have done a lot better job. I have the first one to have to admit that. I mean, at least they're trying to reach their goals.
How many star systems does Elite Dangerous have?
Oh, you can't even count that.
How many types of stars that you can AE and refuel?
Yeah, you
can't. Does Star Citizen have a dynamic economy?
No.
Star Citizen is way behind in the broader sense.
Yes. Yes, it is. And unfortunately, it's going to be behind for a very, very long time. I mean, they will make a start when they actually get the kiosk in game that tell you this place needs this, that place sells that. And it's at least live when you look at the kiosks.
Elite Dangerous is a universe of nothing.
Yeah, that's true. It is, because you're basically your ship. However, the trouble is that Elite Dangerous is still adding stuff all the time, and when this release, they may be pretty equal. The difference is Elite Dangerous has a pretty good following compared to this game, and at a whole lot cheaper price. Now, if you just say, okay, I'm just going to buy an Aurora or a Mustang, a starter package, this game's actually cheaper. But that's not how they market the game. They market it, oh, Cole, you got to buy this, you got to have that. They took out the modularity that allowed you to do everything with one ship. Which is all right, I guess. I don't really have a problem with that, except you bought ships back when it was supposed to be, everything was modular, and they pretty much screwed you and said, well, so what?
Except for superpowers,
Right.
factions, aliens, nebulae, black holes, neutron stars, etc.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. All these, even Star Citizen have more of that stuff. But you know what? Until we see exploration, I haven't seen it on the roadmap lately. I don't even know if it's on the roadmap anymore. Even version 1 of exploration. We'll have to see what they come up with for exploration.
As soon as they add persistence to the universe, then you can get everything by just playing the game.
Yes, supposedly. Well, even now, I mean, you can buy ships in game. You can rent them. I don't understand the whole rent thing, but I understand buying ships. You can buy ships without renting them, and that if it was persistence, that would be great. Make no mistake about it. But until they get persistence, it really doesn't make a hill of beans to me. I'm not gonna put all that time in to buy something that you're gonna take away in the next 30 days. And credits aren't that hard to earn. I mean, people complain you can't afford. You know, well, even with this little courier, you can make money pretty easy.
Except when servers crash.
Yeah.
The client crashes.
Yeah. Well,
missions
see.
bug out and glitch.
Yes.
Hackers take over.
Yes, but the thing about that is too, is unless you're running cargo, it doesn't cost you anything when that happens. I mean, if you're running your own cargo and you've got credits tied up, that's an expensive hit. But if you're running missions, deliveries, stuff like that, none of your money's at risk. And let's be realistic, they have come a long way as far as this game crashing. It doesn't crash near as often as it used to. In fact, I've had a couple disconnects, which for all practical purposes treat you the same way as a crash, but I don't think I've had any actual game crashes in 3.8. Contacts.
Broadcasting now.
Close mobile glass.
Closing mobile glass.
But disconnects, even still, they are just as expensive as a full game crash. I don't see the marker anywhere. Sure, it's here somewhere. Let's get a little elevation here. Is it on the other side again, like it normally is? I do not see it. Might be hidden underneath something. Says I have clearance, but I don't know where. Huh. Landing mode. How about that? Maybe
Landing gear is down.
they turned it back on where you had to have the gear down. That used to be the case. Still don't see it. All right. I do not see the marker. I could be blind in one eye and can't see out of the other. No markers up there. Gear is down. Is this a glitch?
How do you set up voice commons?
It's easy to do. It's with voice attack. You pretty much just put in your put in the command that you want it to activate, like this: contacts.
Broadcasting now.
That just opens up this screen, and you put that in, and then you give it the voice command. Then the key combination that will give it to you in game. Don't see it. Close mobile glass. Close mobile glass.
Closing
Like
mobile
that
glass.
one, it's just a simple matter of the F1 key to write in the command, and then I have the voice patch, of course, the sound file. I do not see this. They're claiming I have. I'm going to wind up getting me a. I do not see this icon anywhere.
I never played, but sounds like I can use it.
Yes. It's you know what, it can be a little tricky to get it set up because of the key combination sometimes. But you basically just give it a voice command, what you want to say to make the command. See, that looks like a hanger, so I don't understand. They claim I got clearance, but I see no marker. And as sure as shit as I land some on one of these pads, they're going to give me a crime stat. But no, it's not hard to set up voice attack. And you can buy pre-made stuff, like I'm using a voice pack from HCS. Eden, I think it's called, but I only use the sound files. I do not use their command profiles because I don't like them. Not that they don't work all
I'm
right.
buying Tom Arrow's Sotadel knob.
Yeah. It's just that I like making my own commands because I say exactly what I want to say, not what they tell me to say. Still don't see the icon. I mean, see, we got all these pads, and you know if I land on one that ain't supposed to be landed on, they'll give me a crime stat.
Sorry, dyslexia.
Oh, there it is, up there. See? It's on the wrong level. Okay, let's get up here. See the icon now. Just say it's not a good idea to land on pads without an icon on them because you'll get a crime stat. It's on the other side here. There it is. Okay. Didn't even realize they had pads up here. Learn that for future reference. Whoops, come on, settle down here. Get myself in trouble. But you can do anything with voice attack you can do with keyboard commands. You just got to figure out how to set it up.
Proximity alert. Deck. Proximity alert. Starboard.
Shit. See, I was afraid that was going to happen. Okay, don't want to get a crime stat. Let's, contacts. Contacts. Let's get clearance again.
Broadcasting now.
Close.
Yeah, that's what I was asking Hot to.
Close mobile glass.
Closing Mobiglass.
Now we got the same pad, or did they change pads on us? Same pad. Yeah, see, if I'd have touched down there, I'd have got a crime stat. So always make sure, if you're having trouble finding it, that you make sure you can clear.
Proximity alert. Deck. Landing complete.
Alright.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Shields offline.
Yeah, I couldn't play in VR without voice attack. Your keyboard's pretty much useless. You can use your mouse. Well, they got this animation kind of screwed up here. I'll break my legs jumping off the ship. Okay, now we got to go to the lobby. I have no idea what pad we're on. I wish they'd mark that. One thing I wish they'd do on some update is mark the pad number so you know when you get out of your ship where your ship's at.
You
But there-
still need the add-on to do VR or they fixed it.
No, you have to
Hi.
run Vorpex. I don't hear the elevator. Yes, there's no native VR in Star Citizen. You have to run Vorpex.
Damn.
Or some programs will, well, you still need Vorpex. Some programs will put Star Citizen in side-by-side form, which gives you 3D too. They're usually more, they have more struggle on your CPU and GPU, but they could,
I
you
play
can,
Elite in VR and voice attack for me seems point ELSS.
yes.
Maybe it's because I use a Warhawk with a myriad of buttons and switches.
Yeah, I just use a 1600 and 3D Pro, so I have limited buttons, and I have nowhere near enough buttons to program everything that I want. So so I have to use voice attack. I'm sure. Whoops! I need my goddamn fucking delivery box. I don't even know where admin is. I'm sure it's admin, but we're not going to do nothing without the box. Got talking, forgot all about it. Let's see where this ship's at, huh?
60 for the game, then 30
Damn.
act too much.
Yeah. Son of a bitch. Not gonna tell me where the ship is.
Don't have a joystick.
Yes, I do have dual joysticks. Son of a bitch. Alright, anybody want to take a guess where this is at? Okay, let's try pad 1. Forgot all about getting the box out of the back. And the kiosk is not telling me what pad the ship's on. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So now I got to search for the ship to get the box out of it. Sometimes we do stupid things. Come on. We on pad 1? Well, we're not on pad 1. So now I got to go all the way back in here.
I use pedals with my Hodas.
Yes.
Took me a while to get used to them.
Yes, anytime you do that, it's going to take practice. Same thing with doing a flight sim. Pedals change everything. I mean, it's much more realistic, make no mistake about it. Okay, we're not on pad 2. I really don't know why they can't add pad numbers to the pads. I don't see where it'd be a big thing. We'll see. There it is. Pad 3. Okay. They also claimed to fix it that when we turned our ships off, they actually turned them off, but as you can see, this one's still running. So they may have fixed it and they broke it again, maybe.
In Elite and VR, I don't see why you need a stick to play.
You know, I can actually control my ship in VR if I choose to do so by head tracking. I can actually, just like I do here on the ground, I can actually do that here in Star Citizen with head tracking on my ship, control it that way. The trouble is when you do that, you kind of defeat the purpose, in Star Citizen, you kind of defeat the purpose of head tracking. Because then you can't look around, because every time you look around, your ship's actually going in that direction. But you can actually control this ship without mouse keyboard.
Because Elite is an airplane in space.
Right. The flight models, yes, the flight models in Star Citizen and Elite Dangerous are completely different. Ships do not handle anything alike. Because you're right, they act more like an airplane in Elite Dangerous.
I use my touch controllers.
Yes, and you can use them in this game.
Oh yeah, 2 PPL are taking, not just me.
Yeah. But yeah, I could actually use my touch controllers in this game. In fact, I use an Xbox One controller. Like right now, I'm on the ground. I use an Xbox One controller. The thing about touch controllers, when I turn them on,
Cool.
VorpX actually shows them in the game, or shows them in my HUD, and you take a frame rate hit for it. Because yeah, you could actually see the touch controllers in game. Like you can in a regular VR game. You can see your hands. And you take a frame rate hit for that. So, and since Star Citizen isn't a frame rate, you know, they have limited frame rate anyway, that frame rate hit's kind of a pain in the ass. But you can use them. I have no idea where admin is. Boy, are we walking slow, though. Speed it up a little bit. Well, obviously, did I go the wrong way? See, there's no way of knowing without signs.
What video card you using?
I use a 2060 MSI Gaming Z. Yeah, we must have went the wrong way. There's no way of knowing. That's easy head. I'm sure it's admin, wherever we're at.
I have a 1060.
I ran this for a long time with a 1060. I had no trouble with it. I mean, a few less frame rates.
Maybe
but,
VR not for me in this.
I don't know. My 1060 card did just fine. I mean, I usually ran it at high settings. I mean, what is one? I think it's 3 settings. You got high, you got medium. I ran it at medium. You really don't lose that much running at medium settings.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, I ran a 1060 card for a long time, running this in VR. And I didn't have any problem with the 1060. Okay, looks like I need to go downstairs maybe. There's admin, okay. I noticed we didn't get jumped by anybody like the thing said we would. It's one of the reasons I did deliver a mission. See if I could get jumped. No such luck. Yeah, these go so much better since they speed quantum travel up some. There we go. We got anything?
Have you heard the Ligustus pack has increased from 27k to 35k?
No, I hadn't
Clearly
heard that.
2019, which was a record funding year, clearly wasn't enough.
Yeah, that's not surprising. It's never going to be enough. But no, I hadn't heard that.
We're sorry. You exceeded the allotted time to depart. We will have to return your ship to storage.
Oh, you poor
Are
people.
pirates a real prob these days?
No, you know what? I don't have any problem with them. It's just like everything else. You can, the way the game is set up right now, it's easy enough to get away if you want to. You just, people make it harder than it is. If you don't want to fight, you don't want to get in battle, you can run pretty easy. I mean, I have never been jumped and haven't been able to get away if I decided I didn't want to fight. Now, if you fight and you lose and you're blaming the pirates, well, I think that's your own fault because you have the option to flee. All you have to do is get into quantum travel, make a couple jumps, and lose them. You know what I mean? 10 to 1, they can't kill you fast enough to prevent you from getting away. So, I don't understand what people's complaint is. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're flying around off Olisar and you have a griefer just shooting everybody, that's a different story. There's a big difference in pirates and griefers. But even still, if you choose not to fight and you say, well, to hell with this, I'm just getting away, it's easy enough to do. At least I think so. I don't really see the big... the bigger problem is if you're on the ground somewhere and somebody shoots at you, it doesn't take much to kill you, of course. A couple shots to the head, you're dead, you know. But when you're in your ship, it's a whole different story. But you know what? I have yet to be actual... It's been a long time since I've been jumped on.
A lot of YouTubers are babbies and cry about everything.
Yes. So you have to, so you have to take it with a grain of salt. I mean, when I land somewhere, I look to see if somebody else is there. If some, I mean, if like on a planet or one of the outposts or something, if someone's there, you know what? It's my choice whether to go in or not go in. If someone's there, if I want to take the chance that they're not going to shoot me as soon as I get out of my ship, that's my choice. If they do shoot me when I get out of my ship, well, it was my decision to land. I could have waited till they left. So you have your own decisions to make, and if if you say I don't care if they shoot me, well, then what difference does it make? Like I say, when you're on the ground, you're doing something, you get shot, you're gonna die. Pretty much. I don't run. I run around in nothing but a flight suit because they say that you're not going to be able to wear your armor in your ship anyway. So why do you get used to wearing armor everywhere? So I don't. Somebody shoots me, they're going to kill me. But it's my choice when I land somewhere. It's easy to see if somebody else is there. I mean, there's markers everywhere when ships are on the ground. You know what I mean? Okay, am I willing to take the risk they're friendly, or am I willing to bet that they're hostile? Well, if I decide they're friendly and I land and I get shot, I really can't blame them. I mean, it was my fault. I didn't have to land. Mobile glass. Like I say, it's all problematic. People complain about things that are pretty much their own fault.
Yeah, LOL.
Like I say, I don't get mad. I mean, yes, there are people who just go around shooting people for the hell of it. Well, you know what? You don't need to be near them. It's up your choice. If you fight back and get your ass kicked, well, it's your own fault. You could have left. So, I don't know. People are funny. What they complain about. I don't know if I want to do another one, but I don't want to go all the way back to Mala. Wow, that's a long one too. Yeah. I'm not going to Area 18. Okay, I think we've done enough damage. I do not have a rifle anymore because it keeps dropping it. Close mobile glass. Close mobile glass.
Closing mobile glass.
So until they get that bug fixed, I ain't buying another gun. I'm tired every time I switch guns, they disappear. Why do I gotta claim this? See? Okay. Maybe it's still on the pad. I shouldn't have to claim a ship that's not crashed. It's on a pad. But there are bugs. We'll see. It ain't going to take time to go up here to local. Just run to pad 3. Might still be there. They claim, or at least the announcements was, that they're going to store it, but I'm not so sure that's true. Say there are lots of bugs. We don't appear to be moving anywhere. Guess we were. Nope, see the ship's still here. Bugs, bugs, and more bugs. What are you going to do? Now watch me take off and it's still my ship and leave me out of space. It's happened before.
What do you think of the new starter pack Avenger Titan?
I think the Titan's the most versatile starter ship in the game. That's exactly what this ship is that I've got here. This is a Renegade, but it's only the fancy weapon loadout and the paint job. It's basically a Titan. You can do delivery missions, you can do cargo in it, you can dogfight in it. I think for a starter ship, it's the best ship in the game. Startup.
Acknowledged.
Cool.
Emergency combat assist
Take off.
activated. Systems green.
I ought to refuel, you know that? Yeah, I think we better. Mobile glass. Mobile glass.
Open mobile glass.
See if it'll let me refuel. No, okay. Close mobile glass.
Closing mobile glass.
Take off.
Launch
Assembly.
complete.
Retracting modules.
We might have to
Handing
reland
over
depending
power.
on where we go. Yeah, this ship is a
Landing gear retracted.
Avenger Titan. It's a Renegade, but it has a little different weaponry on it. and it has the paint job. And they're basically the same ships. And I think it's, like I say, I love it. It is probably my favorite ship I have. I mean, well, for what I ever screwing around with. Star map.
Activating now.
It's not the fanciest, it's not the best at everything, but it's a fun little ship to play with. Close star map.
Affirmative.
Let's see, do I see a marker anywhere? Okay, where's the marker? Didn't I do not see the marker. Range.
Collecting data.
Mining claim. Huh. Look at this. Huh. I'll have to check what those are. Star map.
Activating
First
now.
time I've seen those. Could have swore. Don't have enough fuel. Guess we're going to have to land again. Close star map. Close star map.
Affirmative.
Alrighty. Don't have enough fuel. Ain't that wonderful? Contacts.
Broadcasting now.
Please proceed to assign land.
Close mobile glass.
Closing Mobiglass.
Yep. Should have fueled up. Forgot all about it. Landing button.
The landing gear is down. And
Landing gear deployed.
Mobile glass.
open Mobiglass.
They say not to land or you won't be able to get fuel. So we will try. You notice it says my quantum fuel is full, but it never is. So the gauge on the HUD doesn't work.
Hydrogen fuel at 100%.
Okay,
Hydrogen fuel
now we're good to go.
100%.
I've always learned to look above my head because I have taken off and smacked into
100%.
panels, forgotten they were up there.
100%.
So I have learned to look. Star map.
Activating now.
Close star map.
Affirmative.
Yeah, we can actually pick it up now that we have fuel. Jump.
Quantum travel
Jumping.
initiated. Landing gear retracted.
Whoops, forgot to raise that. Change view.
Roger that.
Yeah, this is just a Titan. Different paint job. Different Gatling gun on the front, different wing guns. Missiles are the same. It uses all ballistics, 100% ballistics. I believe the Titan has ballistics on the nose and energy weapons on the wings. Change view.
Roger that.
And everybody wanting to change QT drives, I don't have any trouble with the stock one. I don't know what. And that may change in the future. But yeah, I think pretty much all the components on this one versus the Titan are pretty much the same. I don't think there's, except for the weaponry.
I want to do cargo runs, so really looking at this ship.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get rich in this ship because it only carries 8 SCU, but you can make money on every run you make, depending on how much profit per unit of cargo, you know, but you will make money. You can do delivery missions, all the delivery missions you can do. You can even do the combat missions. This is not a bad little dogfighter. In fact, if it's all up to the pilot how well this ship performs. I don't have any trouble dogfighting it, even with people in Gladiuses and Hornets. I mean, a Hornet may be a lot better dogfighter than this, but if the pilot sucks, he's going down. You know, and let's be realistic. The most people that play, they're not dogfighters. They like to think they are, but they're not. So, like I say, I think it's the most versatile ship in the game as far as starting out. I mean, for what, $10 extra over a Mustang?
No, I don't want to fight. I never played this game.
Yeah, you don't have to. Like I say, you learn to run. It's there's many a time, like I say, if I got a full load of cargo and somebody jumps me, or even an NPC pulls me out of quantum travel, I run. Why am I going to risk my cargo? Do you see what I'm saying? That's, I don't need to be the top dog. So you just learn to be able to, you learn how to spool up your quantum drive real quick and get the hell away. And sometimes you might have to jump a couple times to lose somebody because they will chase you, if they figure out where you QT to, they'll try to chase you. But just make a couple jumps and you're free. You don't have to fight in this game. People make such a big deal about it. But you can jump away before they can kill you. Unless they're using some missile buster. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. If somebody hits you with a level 5 missile, they're pretty much going to one-shoot you. You know what I mean? But most people can't even shoot those missiles. There's very few ships in the game that have them. So yeah, there's exceptions to every rule. You can get one shot by an S5 missile. But it has never happened to me. And I've only seen it happen one time when a buddy and I were in his Cutlass and we got nailed. So. But most of the time you run, You don't have to fight. But it's nice to be able to fight, especially NPCs. NPCs aren't very tough. And they're good to practice on when they pull you out of quantum travel. Just pick the right ones. If there's 4 or 5 of them, don't attack them. If there's only 1 or 2, well, go ahead and take your shots. And even if you find out you're losing, you can still jump away. You can still run. Like I say, I like this little ship. Can't believe they bring us this close to this damn gas giant. Range.
Collecting data.
What does that say?
Applying.
Range. Come on.
Collecting data.
Range.
Collecting data.
Jump.
Jumping.
Quantum travel initiated.
And there's a lot of fun here. And it can be kind of frustrating till you get used to it. Boy, that's taking a long time to jump in.
Quantum travel complete.
couple.
Coupling.
Landing mode.
The landing gear is down. And
Landing
locked.
gear deployed.
Contacts.
Broadcasting now.
Please proceed to
Close mobile glass.
Closing mobiGlass.
Proximity alert. Head. Proximity alert. Deck. Proximity alert. Deck. Landing complete.
There we go.
Please proceed to sign lab the next day.
Weapon systems offline.
Yeah, they got the animation up, just screwed it up a little bit. And this ship is great. You have a rear hatch. This is the cargo area. When it's full of cargo, you cannot get through here. It will have 2, 4, 6, 8 boxes in it, and you cannot get through it. This is the cabin. You got a bed. No bathroom that I know of. They don't have everything that you can open up yet, but as you can see, the cockpit's up here. You can get in and out of the seat. You don't have to go through the canopy. You got a log out bed, and you got storage.
SIG really needs to sync the mobiGlass to the ship's computer.
I agree.
The fact you can use the throttle in your left hand while your left hand is busy makes no sense.
Yeah, you know. Well, in some ships, your hand, yeah, you know, I don't know how they'll ever figure it all out. Some things they're not going to fix. Let's be realistic. You notice how far this ramp is off the ground now? They have changed that. You actually have trouble getting up on the ramp. Well, it didn't that time, but it has been having trouble. If you're on uneven ground, you're going to have trouble with that. See how far? There's a good foot. And they probably did that because it was digging into the ground if you weren't landing flat and level. And I also notice it don't like to close the deck with it back here anymore. But you notice the thrusters are still on. They claim they fixed that 2 patches ago. But those thrusters are definitely still on. That's shouldn't be blowing smoke. And these guns and stuff, they really do look good in 3D. But yeah, there's no difference between this ship and a Titan. Like I say, I think the Titans got energy weapons on the wings. The missiles are the same, and they pretty much suck. They're short range, 500 meters. You really got to get close, stay on target to get a lock. Most of the time, I can't even get a lock, even when I stay on target. But that's in the missile lock system. I think maybe the nose gun's the same on the Titan as is on this one, and it does pack a pretty good punch. But you got to remember not to stay on the trigger, because you will run out of bullets. Remember, if you're using ballistics, you do not have that many bullets. I mean, if you're really good, you can probably take out. There's a Titan. if you're there's a Titan or an Avenger of some series. Let's see. Is that gun the same? My gun looks, I don't know. Let's compare here. Doesn't have a name on it. Let's see if it's the same gun. We'll look, see here. Looks the same gun to me, so the nose gun's probably the same. I think the nose gun's the same. It's possible it's a different, nope, it's the same. Nose gun's the same, it's just these are different. See, these are energy guns. That's the difference. I've got ballistics, missiles, pretty much the same. The ship is the same, paint job, guns are different. And I think all the components inside are the same, coolers, quantum travel drive, all that I do believe is the same. I think the only difference is the wing guns, the paint jobs, and I'm pretty sure that's the same Gatling gun on the nose. It looks the same. So there you have it. They are the same. Inside they look exactly alike. Oh, they might be a different color maybe, I don't know. But there's no reason to buy the Renegade. I just bought it to be different. There's actually not that big a difference between the two, so I think $10 at the time I bought it, upgraded or whatever it was. All right, mobile glass. We should, what, 45K we should have? Mobile glass. Mobile glass.
Open Mobiglass.
Yeah, 45K. Got more to make. Close mobile glass. Close mobile glass. I do. Heck, can move the mic.
Closing Mobiglass.
Okay, we're going to quit for now. Going to go watch a movie or something different. We'll play later and we'll see what kind of trouble we can get into. Oops, wrong button. Might do a little mining later, and maybe we might even take the door out for a little bit. We haven't run it in a while. Haven't run it. Okay, we're out of here, guys. Thanks for watching.